Hello, everyone. My name is Latrice Hall. I am a second semester sophomore at Bethune-Cookman University. And today I will be discussing a topic that is very controversial, in this world, but among people. And it's, if God did not exist, would it be necessary to invent him? And I say yes, it would be necessary to invent him. Why? So, why is it important for people to believe in some form of God and practice a religion that encourages good doings? I can have several reasonings behind why God should be some people look up to and, pray to and worship and look into when needing help or wanting to thank someone for everything they have that's here on this earth with them today. At first, I can start off with freedom, the freedom that we have. Freedom that comes from slavery back in the day, like when they finally became free, or even walking around saying whatever you want to do. The First Amendment. There's also without God, nothing would exist on this earth. Everything that you see, like this house that I'm in right now, the TV that you watch, the grass that is growing outside your door, the sun that you see up in the sky that wakes us up in the morning. And, I'm just trying to get everyone on board to wanting to, believe in God, even if it isn't the Christianity God that, Jesus that people believe in, but some sort of higher power to look into in order to just, move on with life and, be motivated to understand why, what is your purpose here, So after this speech, I want to have a lot more people on board of, believing in God. So first we're going to go into the importance of God and believing in his work. So the satisfaction and completion that God brings to humans. We go around every day, walking around having just no one to be holding your hand, or no chains on you, or no bondage, because you're a free woman, you're a free man. And that comes from God. God brings that to us, that freedom to us, even in our mind, that no one can control how we should feel, because God is the only person that should be judging of who we are and of what we do things, people, a lot of Christians, for example, they read the Bible. You don't have to read the Bible in order to believe in a higher God or higher power of anything. But, Christians read a Bible to follow certain protocols, daily things to do every day in order to be more like God. So people pray to God. Not only Christians pray, anybody can pray. You can pray just to talk to somebody higher, in a higher position than you, a higher position than your boss and your parents, anybody that you feel the need to talk to make yourself, feel bring that satisfaction and completion into you. So just trusting him, trusting in God that everything will be okay, that nothing is permanent, but it's all temporary. Things will be okay, things will be better. So what growing into second is without God, there would be no human existence or any life on this earth. And that's a self-explanatory. What do you see that shoe, or you see a water bottle, you see a book. Yes, it's made in a factory by man and by other machines and everything, but how did that machine get there? How did that man get there, that woman get there? It all comes from God. God brings life to this universe, to this earth. He loves us. So anything that we see, anything that we love and we desire, God puts that on earth for us. So you should want to look up to him and be thank you, God. Thank you for bringing this into my life. Thank you for bringing my family into my life. People look up to their parents or look up to their older siblings. I do. I know for sure. I look up to my older sister and my parents as well. I always thank God for bringing them to my life, because without them, without him, I wouldn't be the person I am today, because he brought those people into my life, because he knew the purpose that I have in this life today. They were one of the reasons why I am who I am. So, man and universe blooms from the power God brings. Every single day there's new inventions being made. There's new animals being discovered, new bugs being discovered. God is, telling us, this human race, like, hey, there's more to learn. So just don't believe in me. Just talk to me. Believe that I am here to bring this to you for a good, better purpose in this life. So no science can explain every single living organism that is breathing in this world. And I know any scientist can be like, well, evolution, for example, that's one topic that is super contradicting when it comes to religion and God. Evolution is started from the apes. They learned how to walk on their two legs, and they learned how to use their two hands to make things to survive in this life, survival of the fittest. But God made those apes. Like, where did those apes come from? They didn't just, sprout out of nowhere. And with, the Christian side, there's Adam and Eve. But besides from the Christianity, because it's not about Christianity, this is just about God, there's something that God brings to this earth that it starts from the starting point, and it blooms on and on and on and on. It just becomes something bigger than it is. So this is something that you want to look into more, and you want to just think about when you're going before bed. And when you're talking to yourself, maybe like talk to somebody else, like write it down. That is your God. That is, like, who am I talking to? Like, if I'm writing stuff down, or if I'm talking to myself, like, yeah, maybe talking to myself, but God is listening. He's always listening. He's always hearing you and always there for you on your side. So the main question is, how can we convince, others to want to invent a God if there truly wasn't one that existed? So, I start off with all the amazing things that God has done. God brought so many things into our life. Like, the shoes that we use to walk on this hot floor that we have, the water that we drink, the plants that bring out the oxygen to us to breathe. There's a lot of amazing things that God has done as well, like saving lives. That is, people say, a miracle, that God brought that miracle in order for us to, keep going. God protects all his children from any harm and dangers that come our way, no matter what sin has been done. You might look at yourself and say, oh, I am an awful person. Why would anybody even want to help me out? God wants to help you out because he loves all of us. He loves his children, no matter what religion, no matter what you believe in. As long as you know that there's a God there to help us and protect us and want to see us grow and want to see us do better, he's there, and he wants us to do better. So just think about those things. I really truly think about what is making me a better person, what makes me smile, and what makes me, wake up and be like, I'm going to go out and do this, or I'm going to go out and do my homework and make sure it's done on time. So just really think about it. Sit down and really think, who is doing all of this? It's God. It's a higher power. And God strengthens those who believe and cherish him. So when hardships come, God is right there by your side. Even if you don't think your parents are there, your siblings are there, cousins, any family members, any counselor, any teacher, you think you're alone, you're never alone. That higher power, that someone that is telling you not to give up, that is God. He is there. Really think about it. Like, your existence, it's because of God. So just to wrap this all up, just to conclude everything, you don't have to join a Christianity group if you don't believe that there's a Bible that you have to follow in order to get to God. I see, just talk to him, like, really try to get a better relationship with God, get closer to him. Speak to him, be like, hey, why do I think like this? Or just talk to him. He will answer those questions. He may not answer it right off the rip, but he will answer it as time goes on, when you're growing, when you're moving on, the day and next day and the next day and next day. He will soon answer it. But just thank you for listening. Just have any questions, just let me know. My email is LatriceHall, LetriceHall @gmail.com if you have any questions. Have a good evening. Thank you.